wherever you are now, you've got to start, but you've got to kind of realize where you are as well and what you want and the timescales that you're applying to that. Because, like I said earlier on, there's no value to deferring anything. There's loads of benefits to starting now, but you've got to choose the way that you want to do it. If you're 20 now and you want to retire at 60, that's easy. You're just doing the simple things like, choosing a globally diversified index fund and investing into it regularly and incrementing that every year. And whenever your pay increases, your time will take care of you. You'll build up a sum of money over time that's, sufficient to probably live a decent life off it. But if you want to do that, you're 20 now and you want to do it by 30, that's a completely different kettle of fish, so you've got to understand where you're at and what you need to do to kind of get there. But it'll be harder if you've got a much shorter time scale. It's going to be much harder, but it'll be much more fun as well. Because, just relying on the stock market, that's one way. And investment companies would have you believe that it's the only way. But, it's definitely not. Coming back to your question though, you've just got to kind of think about what your position is now and what your goals are and the time scales for those goals.
In a number amount, like 2 million quid or 1 million pound. Is that how you're thinking about them?
It could be that. It could be, okay, what do I need to live the life of abundance that I'm searching for? And not everybody will think like that. And people have different goals as well. I mean, it might not be monetary. It might be, okay, well, I want to be able to, take a bit of time off work to have kids. You've got to kind of think about what your priorities are, I guess. So you'll look at it maybe initially from a work perspective. Am I happy doing what I'm doing? Do I want to continue in that career? Do I want a change of career? When do I want to do that? In your personal life, do you own a house? Do you want to? Do you live in the area that you want to remain in? And then further out than that, when do you want work to be a choice? Do you want it to be, in 10 years, 20 years? Spend some time understanding the position that you're in now, where you want to get to, and the time scale that you want to give yourself to get to those things. You really have to get that kind of clear. Because once you've kind of got down what your objectives are in work, in life, perhaps for retirement, that's the starting point. You need to kind of think about that first and then prioritize those things. That's the starting point. If you've done that, then you're probably ahead of 90% of people, to be quite honest. If you start off with that clear in your mind, then the rest of it can be built. Actually, the answers will start to reveal themselves to you, but you just need to have that kind of clarity of knowing, what am I going for? What am I aiming for here? And when?
Yeah.
So if you're, like I said before, if you're 20 and you're quite happy with everything and you just want to retire in 30 years time, quite easy. Everything kind of goes towards investing quite passively into an investment portfolio. But if it's a little bit different to that, if you're kind of focusing on goals that would require, more skills to be built, then it's not just about money. It's not just about money. Money plays a part of that. But if you're thinking about starting a business and you're in a career at the moment, or you're in a job at the moment, should we say, and you want to kind of do something different, all of your resource really and focus needs to be on that. If that's your number one priority, the retirement thing, I suppose there's pressure on people. They've always been told, you've got to put money aside for retirement. But actually, first of all, if you want to create the lifestyle that you want, then it's not about retirement yet. It's about, what's your main goal? And that's what all of your resource and, mental focus needs to be poured into.
That was a clip from our conversation with Chris Bourne. You can watch the full episode right here.